Hi, folks. This is a bit of an unplanned update, but something rather remarkable and unexpected has happened, and, well, you guys are the ones that it's easiest for me to share it with, and it's something I'm sure all of you would be really interested in hearing about. Anyways, I did my taxes earlier this year, and, well, in theory, I would have been getting back a nice rebate. I don't ever get a rebate because I am behind on my student loan payments. But the rebate would have been it would have been about $1,400. Nice chunk of change. I file my taxes and I don't think anything more about it. I expect that any day I'll just get a letter from the Treasury Department saying, well, since you owe on your student loans, you won't be getting a refund. We'll confiscate that. Today, I go to pay my electric bill because it's due. And before I do that, I check my bank balance because I want to see how much money I'll have after I pay my electric bill, because there's a few things I've got to take care of. I'm hoping to get a ride from somebody so I can get some shit I need to fix the fucking roof, because if I don't, this place is going to burn down. I had an issue the other day because we had a bunch of rain, and there's a spot or two in the roof that leaks sometimes, and water happens to get into an electrical outlet and starts popping, and that's really bad. I've got one outlet I've disabled because of it nearly caught fire. Well, it did actually kind of catch fire, but I had to cut out a hunk of the wall and put wire nuts on the wires to keep it safe, and I haven't had a chance because, I don't have a car or anything like that to fix it. I got a lot of shit to do before I can even worry about that. It's a room I don't often go into, so I don't worry about it. But anyways, so I check my bank balance, and it's a lot higher than I expected it to be. And I'm like, what the fuck? Did, I get some kind of payout from work that I wasn't expecting? So, I go through and I look at the deposits. For some fucking reason, and I don't know why, I don't know how, I got my tax refund. Nearly $1,400. With what I have saved up right now, I am within $100 or so of my goal of what I estimate I'll need to be able to get a car. Now, I won't be able to just take this cash and go out and get a car. I've got a few other things I'll have to do first. I've got to get insurance, I've got to get my license back, and that's a whole rigmarole that I'm going to have to go through. But assuming the IRS doesn't realize that they've made a mistake and yank the money out of my account, which, they could do, essentially I am where I need to be to get a fucking car for the first time since 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. So, as you can imagine, I'm in a state of shock. Like I said, I'm going to hang on to the money for a little while to give the IRS time to figure out that they may have made a mistake. I'm certainly not going to rush out and blow it because, if I do that, then they'll invariably come after the money and garnish my wages or whatever, and put me in a bad situation. But I am now realistically looking at being able to drive again, which is rather stunning for me. And I do want to thank everybody. I know I haven't responded to everybody, but I do want to thank everybody who's reached out to me since the last episode. I will be doing a podcast again, next month. Don't worry about that. You may get another one of these if something happens between now and then. But I figured y'all would want to know. And overall, I am personally doing well. Let me just say that the big concern is not my drinking. That's actually what causes the problem with my drinking are certain emotionally stressful events. Some of which, many of which I can actually avoid. I stay away from political topics that I know are likely to incense me, because I have found that if I drink heavily, I can respond to them calmly and rationally, but if I try to do it sober, then I just get too wound up. So, easiest thing to do is to avoid those. Now, of course, there are issues I can't control, like nuttiness at work. They pissed me off greatly the other day. And I'll just recount this. We have, and I believe I've mentioned it before on the podcast, we have a policy at work where if you're we only handle certain kinds of meat, and if we find meat that's different than what we handle, it's given to the employees. So one day I'm racking up some boneless pork of the kind we handle, and in there is this big, gorgeous rack of short ribs, baby back ribs. And I'm like, oh, these fuckers are coming home with me. So, now I can't just walk out of there with them. I have to get permission from management. And so I go to the supervisor and I say, hey man, I found this rack of ribs I'd sure like to have when I was doing boneless. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I wish I could let you have them, but they're going to have to go in the freezer. It's like, yeah, okay. And I know what happened to them. They went home with somebody in management. They're not going to let a commoner like me have that. Never mind that those guys make enough money they can easily afford to buy ribs whenever they want. For me, that takes a little something more than I usually have in my disposable income. So that chapped my ass heavily, as you can well imagine. But so that's where I am. I will keep you posted if the IRS figures out they fucked up before I get a car, but as of right now, I am in really good shape, better shape than I expected to be. I had thought that it would be, 2, 3, maybe 4 months before I was at this point, and I'm here now. Of course, knowing my luck, something will go wrong and I'll have to use that money for something else between now and then, but at least I have it for whatever that might be, and I'm certainly going to keep from spending it unless I absolutely have to. So anyways, I'm gonna get off here and take care of some things that I need to do today that I had planned on doing. And I will talk to you in June at the latest.